Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. My name is Capo Daniel, Sense Pass King. This one, today, na my lamentation for Ambazonia, the inconvenient truth. We're gonna gather all the title for all my podcasts, them, gonna label them on top this one. Yes, I don't come talk about two very controversial things who I believe say na me be suitable for talk because since for the life of this our country, na me I don't begin to stand for front. They talk about things the way no person no one talk am. Now two of the issue dey. And the statement what I make am for outside say all action the way they carry am for ground zero under IG be useless, including the bomb with them bomb Cameroon armored car. A lot of people that don't wake up with their head them for up for talk say Capo Daniel again he don't talk. And the second thing now our alliance, the alliance will get on with the indigenous people of Biafra. I will talk about these two things. They may be very inconvenient for everybody, but I will talk them. But before I talk about this issue, I want me to understand. Say, if you are an Ambazonian, you are a slave. By your very nature, you are a slave from your country, unless you were born out of that country. And even if you were born out of that country and you have parents who have grown up in that slavery system, you should assume that you have some impact. Human beings, by their very nature, are impacted by everything they see, they touch, they feel, or it affects their five senses. That is just a fact. It will influence you, whether you like it or not. You look at something, you touch something, you feel something, you smell something. It is going to affect you, negative or positively. We all have gone through, or our parents have passed down through DNA, language, culture, whatever you say. But I'm going to say it anyway. I remember the time when they launched my trip to Boya. It was launched on my platform. I was the one who introduced Sako's My Trip to Boya. My face is on that My Trip to Boya. I advertised it, and when I went behind, I saw that they have bought Sako a car. They have spent money to hire a lawyer to make his papers. They are putting him on a salary, and they were giving money to certain people. And I confronted them, and I could see that they have actually created some account for him, and the money was all going to them to be used privately. I came out and I told the Ambazonia people that my trip to Boya is a scam. And people wanted to kill me, they wanted to chew me alive because it was not something they wanted to hear. In fact, the vast majority of Ambazonians thought that was the best way to raise money, and it was popular. It was the way we could raise the highest sum of money that we could possibly do to rescue us. But I said it anyway. What happened? 3 months after that, the soldiers themselves were started to complaining. The forces that had gathered under those soldiers were being slaughtered. Their bodies were being carried in timbers and dumped in mass grave across Ambazonia. Even before that, remember that I was the first person who saw Seseko to the Ambazonian people as the president. I made his picture. I was the first one to declare, even before they made him the interim president. And I did that because in my mind, coming out from the background which we had pre-2016, I just thought that if all of us could just come together and fall behind one leader, we will win. I never thought about the fact that we can actually lost. It was not just about coming behind one leader or one group. It was actually what really matters was what type of leadership, what type of group. I never thought that it actually matters. But guess what? The leadership of Seseko Ayoktabi have ended up in Nkondengi. A leadership that could not listen to advice, a leadership that could not validate or even consider those who have carried the mantle behind them. They kept aside every other group that forms Skakuf and transformed Skakuf, a joint platform, into their thing. I was the number one enemy of Ayabacho and the ADF. Go and look at my record. I was the number one enemy of them. But I've always been pragmatic. I've always known that somehow, just standing behind something, I always follow the evidence, follow facts, follow practicality. I always do my homework. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will talk to you today about these two things. Ambazonians have to know that we have to stop having a very low bench of evidence on how to make what is fact and what is not factual. You have to know that Sako and Chris Ano are working for federalism. They are supporting federalism. You have the evidence before you, the World Bank report. No normal human beings, no political party, no government in the world have ever criticized a World Bank record. This is as factual as it gets. These are people who don't care about color, nationality. They can put North Korea and rate them number one economy if they are number one. They don't play politics. When the World Bank come and say that Sako and the IG leaders, I will not play games, it says leaders with S, are supporting privately federalism, you should take it for face value. Trust me, I have the track record to earn your trust. They are working behind for federalism. What is the ramification for that? It means any action that supports them goes a long way to support their political objective. If you are hearing me on ground zero, hear me very well. Foot soldiers, your intention does not matter. Your meaning does not matter as much as the political leadership that you choose to support, to be loyal to, and work under. Whatever your intention is to go and blow up Cameroon military truck, whatever your intention is to go and kill an Ekelebe, it is secondary to the political leadership that you align yourself under. These are the facts. If you are fighting under Sako and you know that Sako stands for federalism, you close your eye like a baby who closes his eyes and think that the war have disappeared, or a monkey that bends his head on the ground and think that everything have disappeared and he has hidden himself. You'll be so stupid in your own eyes and to the rest of the world. It does not work like that. No matter your intention, no matter how good, whether you are fighting for whatever, so long as you align yourself and you are fighting for, you endorse, you are loyal to, you are under the structure of a political leadership that stands for federalism, that supports federalism, that is what is going to happen. You are fighting for what your leader is fighting for. You'll be fighting for federalism. And right now, the federalists are the number one enemy of the independentist camp. They are fighting us on the ground, in diplomacy, and they are the reason why we have been stalled. All the gains we made diplomatically in Europe, the European Union, have been reversed by them. They have been so successful to stall us. They have not been successful to sell us to La République and to the international community because they do not have the power to stop the fight and they cannot stop us. But give them long enough time and see the effect it is going to have. Don't be fooled. When you cheer their action, when you are happy because of their action, you have given them the legitimacy to do what they want, and it will happen. Those who assume that we are going to win this war because it is popular and we are right should understand that the generation before us also thought in like manner. At the end of the day, Justice Bangole and all those people, they end up being given their arrears and their money back by the BR regime and told to leave the country and live abroad. The same thing will happen with this our generation. If anybody, you fall for this federalism thing, you will not even have federalism at the end of the day. They will settle their leaders, and the few people that comes under them, they might settle them, but the soldiers will be killed, and they will be told, those who are abroad, they will be given money to have their good life and become CEOs in white man country. Pobia doesn't care about them. The thing that is going to kill us is Zamzam. Zamzam, what I always term Zamzam. It is a level of stupidity, a level of foolishness that puts itself above rational thinking. Those who have always told me, Capo Daniel, you did not need to come out to say that Sako have eaten money. He's a scammer. He was actually a scammer. He actually ate money. So somehow somebody thinks that I shouldn't say it. Now that I have said it, I will make him to be angry. Oh, the wicked black man. They are freed of the torturer, the slave master, the one they have appointed to the minder. Oh, the wicked black man. Some were saying that, Capo Daniel, you did not need to come out and tell Ambazonian that Sako have lied, that the United Nations have invited us, or that we have invited us to a football place, because they're afraid that he's going to be angry and spoil everything for them. Oh, being afraid of the wicked black man. Some have said it in many ways. Some even tell me, Capo Daniel, you did not need to challenge Grandpa Bali, because he's a soldier on the ground. He will become angry, and he will make the ghost town to be more strong. People will suffer more. I say, oh my goodness. So you think that if I stand up, I say that Grandpa should uplift the ban, it is justified for him to continue to kill our people, allow our people to die, simply because of the ego he has. So you people will agree that we will build a country where people are angry. They can kill people just to become happy, allow people to die just to suit their ego over their ego. You are putting, in fact, human life below the ego of people who have guns and power. You are building something worse than what we are running away from, worse than Nigeria and Cameroon. It will never happen like that. That is not what I signed up for. Many young men that have given up their life in my hands, that I've seen, the people who have recruited, the ones that have come and met in the ADF, and those I met out of the ADF, they have given up their life for something better. And I would never, ever surrender, and I would never, ever allow myself to fall under this ridiculous method of thinking. We must emancipate ourselves. We must kill the Zamzam syndrome. We must kill the fear of the wicked black man. We cannot drive away darkness with darkness. We must drive it with light. This is the inconvenient confrontation between our ideologies that we must overcome. The one that wins will carry the day. If Sako wins, he will carry the day, and we will not have independence, and another generation will live to fight the same battle. It is your choice, and your choice do matter. It is about the heart and mind. That is why they do all the propaganda, make all the fake news, because they want to convince you. No matter what they are doing in Switzerland, it will not work if they cannot convince you. And they will never convince you, because you have people like me to tell you the truth. You have leadership like Dr. Cho Ayaba, who is going to stand on the principle of complete independence. We will not accept what they did to the Maquisards. We will not accept what they did to the Fonchas. We will go in for independence, or all of us will die fighting. I promise you, if they succeed to implement federalism, I will lead the people from the diaspora who are going to come down to fight also, and let us be buried with General Mba Ivo and the rest who have suffered for him. But this, our generation, will not see a federalist Cameroon alive. We will not. Concerning the issue of the Biafra alliance, for those who are so afraid to challenge Dr. Cho Ayaba and have chosen to use the name Capo Daniel to shield themselves from the shame of the poor judgment and political mindset that they have, I will answer them. You should know that the same people who are raising questions about the Biafra issue, the Biafra alliance, are the same people who were championing Ambazonia to go and use a law firm in America to have independence. I will not just blame them completely, because at one time we were all in that mindset of slavery. The same people who are raising this question are the same people who were pushing Seseko Ayoktabi and encouraging him to make apology to Mr. Pobia when the ADF of Ayabacho launched an action that killed 5 gendarmes. That was cited by Mr. Pobia in launching this war against Ambazonia, even though there was already a war before he declared the launch of the war. Remember that the same people were afraid that they are going to call us terrorists if we pick up arms, are the same people making these arguments. These are the symptoms of Ambazonian elitism that is afraid of the emerging grassroots class. They don't want us to emerge. They don't want the grassroots people to emerge. They don't want the people who have grown up educated in Ambazonian indigenous way to emerge to be the next elite. They are afraid of the poor people, the useless men, the people without names emerging to dominate and rule a country. That is a fact about it. Some people who want to claim they are afraid that our actions are going to motivate La Republic of Cameroon and Nigeria to fight us. Guess what? They are fighting us. They cannot do more than they can do. They are doing everything they could. Even when we did not fight this war, La Republic and Nigeria was fighting us. It is logical for anybody to know that the enemy of our enemies are our friends. There is nothing that Nigeria can do to us that they have not done already. Some of these people are people that were championing Ambazonians to take responsibility of our refugees. Guess what? It is a job of the international community. We should have championed the international community, champion campaign for the UNHCR to take its responsibility as they are doing everywhere. By these same door people trying to take responsibility of the refugees to show some pretense of caring to our people, they have dumbed them by that stupid actions. Our refugees are under international protection. If Nigeria decided to start killing our people, just like Cameroon have decided to kill our people, they will do so not because anybody tells them or anybody provokes them. It is like the people who are trying to blame the fighters for the actions of La Republique. It is the same logic. These are the same people that were saying that, oh, you people should not attack La Republique. If you attack La Republique, they will come and burn down village. They will come and kill our people. That is the logic of defeat. That is the logic of the enemy. We will fight. We will attack them. Their response is their responsibility, and every rational person should hold them account to their response. That is how it works. You just send people to ground one to go and buy weapons. Do you know where those weapons are coming from? Those unlimited weapons. You think that they just come from some some small boy in the street who go and sell weapons to them? Do you know the hard work that have been done for the people who are allowing weapons in the black market of Nigeria to be transferred to Ambazonia? This is weapon transfer from Biafra. 99% of the weapons that we are using are coming from Biafra. You don't know? Do you know the whole politics behind that? Our sympathy to the Biafran people because of this alliance have opened up big doors to our people who go to the black market. You can see the result on the ground. You can see even the explosive, as it is all a result of that. I do not need to spill the beans on this one, but you should know for sure our alliance with the Biafran movement have benefited us in more than a million ways. What do we have to lose? Anyway, for Nigeria to be destabilized, for Nigeria to adopt, for Biafra to adopt our policies to make themselves ungovernable and liberate themselves is the biggest leverage we have. The investment of the Americans in the Biafra land is a political chip for us that we must put on the table. It is our greatest leverage, and we will be stupid to play politics because it does not suit our political affiliations and associations. Biafra is the biggest indigenous group in Africa for black men in the world. To have them stand with us shoulder to shoulder, give us the limelight we would never have by ourselves. Those who are pretending that, oh, they are going to be arresting refugees, they are going to be doing things to our refugees, bullshit. Did they arrest our people in Taraba because of the alliance? Did they? Some of them want to even inject the sentiment of Bakassi. You should know something. When it comes to international demarcation, it can never change. Nobody can challenge the sovereignty of Southern Cameroon in Bakassi. Nobody. It is as solid as gold. But we have a leverage here with the group, the National League of Biafra, operating in that area. A people that the Cameroon government and the Nigerian government have kicked out of their ancestral land. These are Bakassi indigenes, people who were born there for generations of generations, irrespective of the international demarcation. The fact that they have been kicked out, it's a big chance for us to give them the incentive that come and fight against Cameroon. Come and liberate them. At least you have a partner in Ambazonia that can allow you people to come back and live in Bakassi. We have things we can encourage them to do. Those who want to use it as a scare tactic, it will not work. Injecting all these things, it will not work. After all, who is going to give you the Bakassi if you don't have the independence? Our primary objective is the independence of Ambazonia. We will do whatever it takes to get there. It will not be something that is convenient to La Republique. It's not something that is going to convenient to the Americans and the Nigerians. It is something that we are going to push to them. is something we are going to do. It was the same people who were saying, don't destroy the Sonera. Don't destroy the Sonera. You are going to cut off our own livelihood. Guess what? That is how the Haiti people got their independence. History is on our side. All liberation movement, independent movement in the world have gone through this phase, have faced this reality. The only way we will win is to do what we have to do, reasonably, in a smart way, with political leadership that understands how the international system works. There will be no pampering in Ambazonia. We will say it as it is. Sako and Chris Anu are a corrupt people. This is not just what they did before the struggle. The evidence are there. Their own treasurer have come out. Their members have come out. Their general have come out and laid on the table. These are people who have agreed. They have stated publicly that they have met Bankoe. They have met Eko. These are the people attachés of the presidency of La Republique. They are working hand in hand. These are what we call long-arm collaborators to help bring in what they think in their mind is federalism. What we know is that Pobia would not even give them federalism. Eli Smith would draw them to this thing. Today is talking about implementation of the special status. La Republique have no credibility for anybody to hang hope in some people who wants to go in their mind and collect money in order to bring federalism. It will never work. It will not happen. The only reason Mr. Pobia is even bribing people today, or trying to bribe people, or even to try to support and allow and prop up these people, is because of the actions of the nationalists. Without that action, we will not be where we are today. It will be with their actions, their rationale, their logic that is going to take us across the finish line for us to be truly free, to live out our potential, and for no generation of Ambazonia to fight what we are fighting today. It is independence only, and independence we shall. I call on all soldiers on the ground to fight only for those who are fighting for independence, if that is what their real intention is, to leave behind every ego and put Ambazonian first, put the flag first, put your country first. If you are in a position where you think crossing over to the right side, over to the right leader, is so hard for you that you think you will sell the whole country, then you are not even fit, you are not noble enough to carry up guns. Let it be clear to everybody. Anybody who have brain by now should be supporting the effort of Dr. Cho Ayaba. Everybody who have brain, who is rational, should be. The result is out. There is only one faction right now that stands for independence. The World Bank record says that it is a hardliner. For us to have this thing, all of us have to get behind the hardline. God bless you all. Capo Daniel.